You're about to open a window into the life of a ghost hunter. We'll show you dark, creepy roads that fade into the night. We'll show you haunted places, but most importantly, we'll show you what happens along the way there.
This is, all right, the big unveiling of the 2021 One Chip Challenge. Warning, do not eat if you are sensitive to spicy foods, allergic to peppers, nightshades, or capsaicin, or are pregnant or have any medical conditions. Keep out of reach of children. After touching the chip, wash your hands with soap. Do not touch your eyes or other sensitive areas. Seek medical assistance should you experience difficulty breathing, fainting, or extended nausea. So I have 2 of these chips. Now, I picked some of these up. I picked up 4 of them because I came across the Royal Farms on my way up to Delaware that had them. They just stocked them. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and she said they just stocked them. On the way back, the Royal Farms I stopped at, they were all gone. So they sold off quick. I came at the right time. Now, I already tried one, and I can patch in that video of me trying it when I went camping. But I brought 2 back as souvenirs for Will and Linda.
Maybe Linda.
To try during our venture here. Now I already plugged it, so we gotta try it now.
No.
But here it is, here's the back of it. It's got the scorpions, and we'll read the little paper inside and everything. People have commented. Last time we were only able to find 1 chip via Will, and we split it amongst like 5 of us. So now we're gonna get the opportunity to try the whole chip as people requested. And you looking forward to that?
Yeah.
You gonna do it before the wings or after the wings?
Man, when are you gonna do it, Linda?
I don't know. I'm still not sold on the idea of doing it.
It wasn't that hot last time.
No, you tried a piece of it.
No, I didn't try a piece of it.
Oh, you didn't try a piece of it?
No.
You did though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But somewhere along the journey today,
Somebody's
these
eating a
trips will be consumed. All right, there's some snacks here at Love's, eh?
Yeah, it's probably time to stock up on some snacks.
Yeah, this is kind of like a traditional stop. It's like after the
It
first leg of the trip, first hour or so,
Yeah.
we'll come to Love's, and it's kind of nice.
Yeah, even if we don't really need anything, we feel compelled to stop here.
Right.
It's tradition.
Yeah, stick with tradition. So this is pretty cool. We got some vintage or retro radios here. Some cassette players, a little jukebox. And what caught my eye and brought me over here was this boombox right here. I'm thinking this is something that I probably need. But I'll settle for some 7-layer dip baked tortilla combos. All right, I had some tortillas last night. They were pretty good. Was it tortillas?
They were quesadilla.
Quesadillas.
Quesadilla.
All these L's.
Yeah. That actually sound like a Y when you put 2 of them together in the Spanish language.
Yeah. But here it is. I'm excited about trying these. It's my first time getting combos that are not buffalo chicken wings flavored in a while. So
Trump 2024.
fairly recent headlines. There was actually a Bigfoot sighting in none other than Williamsburg, Virginia.
That's
Now,
right.
this is interesting because you think of Williamsburg, you think of the colonial city, you think of a populated area. But Williamsburg, for those of you that don't know, it's part of the historic triangle. It's connected to Jamestown and Yorktown. And within this area, there actually is quite a bit of woods. There's quite a bit of wooded areas. It's nothing like the mountains that we go out to, and you just look, and for miles you see nothing but trees and mountains. It still strikes me as an unusual place for Bigfoot. Now, what was the details of this story?
Well, evidently there was a family who had gone to dinner in one of the more populated areas of the city, and they were driving back down East Rochambeau Road. And if anybody's from that area or from our area, they usually know what that road is. It kind of runs parallel to Interstate 64 for a little while, but it is very wooded. There's a thin section of woods that separates Rochambeau from the interstate, and then on the other side of Rochambeau, it's like dense woods. And there's also I believe that it's Waller Mill Reservoir and Park up there. So there is a body of water out there, like a nice little lake. And I guess they were driving along back to their hotel room and spotted this thing. I don't know whether it crossed the road or it was off to the side of the road, but they spotted it. And that was just at the first part of this year. So it was a very recent sighting. But certainly not the first one we've had in our area, but it's been a long time. I think somebody had seen Bigfoot crossing I-64 really, really late at night, but that was like back in the late 80s, I believe.
Right. In Williamsburg, it seems like one of those areas that you would... There's not... I mean, there are a lot of woods, but there's still not... There's a lot of people.
There are.
Where is Bigfoot really going to hide in Williamsburg?
I don't think he was hiding. I think he was just stopping to get a drink of water at Waller Mill Reservoir.
But where would he have come from? Like, I mean, it makes you wonder. It brings about the question, how fast is Bigfoot? Because we know bears can run pretty fast. I've seen those things, especially the grizzly bears, go running up the side of a mountain in minutes.
Right.
But you talk about Bigfoot. One thing that's I've never really heard discussed much is how fast is Bigfoot? Could he have very well, if this was at night, run miles and miles to come down to Williamsburg? And if so, he must have crossed a lot of streams on his way down there.
Well, that's probably true, because there's a lot of waterways, a lot of streams in our area, but I've heard that they can run very fast. There have been incidents where people have witnessed a Bigfoot running through an open area like a field, and they said the time that it took for him to cross that field was much, much faster than it would for a normal human. So I think they are pretty fast because they have a longer gait. You know what I mean? They're bigger, so they can take bigger steps.
Right.
And supposedly they can, take one step in like 5 feet. So
right.
They could probably move pretty quick.
Now, in Williamsburg, do you think there's anything else, any other type of normal animal that this might have been?
No, we have black bears around here, but the black bears tend to be kind of small, and they're rarely ever seen in Williamsburg. Like, I can't remember the last time somebody spotted a black bear in Williamsburg. I think there's been more Bigfoot sightings in Williamsburg than there has been black bear sightings, as a matter of fact. But, no, I can't think of anything else. You won't find a guy walking around in a ghillie suit late in the evening, and especially not in that area because it's not a hunting area. So I don't see anything else that this could have been.
If you do see a guy walking around in a ghillie suit in that area, you probably don't want to mess with him.
That's probably right, because you're not far from Camp Peary, where they train all of the special forces and stuff. So you don't want to.
That's an interesting thought.
It is.
Now, Camp Peary is kind of is it Peary or Perry?
Peary.
Camp Peary. It's kind of an interesting place because there's a lot of... I've heard some stuff about that place. A lot of hush-hush stuff. And a lot of... They're shielded from a lot of outside observation, I should say. Kind of makes you wonder if that could be the source. Because Bigfoot, like I said, I don't see any reason he would be in Williamsburg when they have all these mountains out here. And there's a lot of land where very few people tread. But perhaps the government had this Bigfoot at Camp Peary, and he escaped.
I guess that could be. I don't know why they would be sheltering Bigfoot except to maybe try to engineer some sort of a bio weapon of sorts to create, you know, a strain of Bigfoot that's like, you know, that's like made for warfare.
Well, he could have been something that they came upon during one of their training missions.
Could be.
You know, out wherever they go. And maybe sometime or at some point, the government came upon Bigfoot and they're trying to study him, just like they would aliens.
It could be, but I don't know that they would study him at Camp Peary. I would think that they would have shipped him off to somewhere like, you know.
See, but that's the genius of it, right? A lot of these things, like I say, with aliens and everything else, I think a lot of this stuff is right under our noses. It's not out in these desolate places where people are looking and suspecting. They hide in plain sight. And the government, if they're hiding these things, they're studying these things, they're doing it in plain sight. Like, who would think, hey, Bigfoot's being held, or aliens are being held and researched right there in Williamsburg? No one would ever look to Williamsburg.
That's true. I guess nobody would really suspect that. And it you know, like you say, hiding in plain sight kind of makes sense. But I don't know. I just can't see them keeping it at Camp Peary. But, I mean, if anybody's going to bust out at Camp Peary and not be caught, it's going to be Bigfoot.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I don't know. I do have an interesting book that you bought me. And it's got a yellow cover. I can't remember the name of it. But the guy that wrote the book claims that there are Bigfoot all over the place. Not only in the most secluded parts of our country, but also in very highly populated areas. And some of the evidence of this is the sightings that they have up in places like Northern Virginia. They've had a lot of sightings in Northern Virginia, and it's strange because that's one of the most populated areas in the entire state, you know? But he says that they're all over the place. They're just so elusive. They're able to kind of hide in plain sight and, you know, disappear when they want to disappear, and, you know, so I guess it's possible.
What do you think, Will?
I think it's possible that he could have been there.
Yeah, you think there's Bigfoot down in Williamsburg, huh?
Yeah, or it could have been a tall guy going home. I don't know. My question is, how did he escape from Camp Peary?
I know. See, that would be the big question, is how he would do that, because that would be almost impossible, I would think, if they were holding him.
I'll bet he could jump that fence.
I don't
But
know.
I'm pretty sure if he escaped, there would have been like people everywhere. Dang, you saw my car?
No, I didn't.
There was like half a car.
Oh, geez. I wonder where the other half was. But yeah, you would think that there would have been soldiers all over the place.
Area surrounded.
Yeah, they would have been looking for him hard and heavy.
Well, that makes a good point though, behind stuff right under your nose.
Oh yeah.
It's a good theory.
So here we are in Fredericksburg, Virginia, at what I have to say, and I am a connoisseur of wings. This is the best wings place, hands down. Wings to Go. And this is going to be Will's first time here at Wings to Go. What do you think, Will? You excited?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna get the spiciest wings ever.
Awesome. That would be the the Homicide.
Yeah,
right?
the Homicide.
Which they're pretty good. They are pretty good.
I see chairs up on the tables, so I'm wondering if we're actually going to be able to eat in. And let's go see what the mask sign on the door says, because I can read the first word. It says, please.
All right. Maybe you should go look at it and then let me know. If you need a mask, give me a thumbs up.
Those Democrats, I just wear masks.
Seeing they do have the dry rub there, which is pretty good. And Will, if you take a look at the menu over here, you can see all the sauces that they have. They got a plethora. Right? But down here, where is it? There it is, right there. Homicide. Only on a dare.
Oh man,
I dare you.
I'll do it.
Yeah, they really present them well.
That's like
So
art.
we did get to eat inside. It's like art. Yes, it is. Let's take a look. We did get to eat inside. And look at those garlic Parmesan wings.
Yeah.
Man, those look so good. Just floating in the sauce.
I know.
Should be out in maybe 2-3 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Got some celery on the
Yeah,
side.
some celery.
large fry.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful though, like how they did the colors and all that.
I know, I
And
know.
the chicken is not like regular dark fried chicken.
Now, Will, you got the Homicide and the Cajun, right?
Yeah.
I've never had the Cajun. I'd be interested to see
I'm
what
not
that
a
looks
Caribbean
like.
jerk.
Oh, Caribbean jerk.
Yeah,
okay.
Caribbean jerk.
I never had that either. But while you were in the bathroom, you were you were reading some articles, huh?
Yeah.
and that one seemed pretty intimidating. It talked about a guy that came up here and tried
Oh,
a
yeah.
cap full of it, and then it just took a minute to sink in, and then his body like burst into flames, and he was basically miserable for his
Yeah.
whole 10-minute walk home.
I was gonna try to find the article, but they said they threw away like the whole pan of like 100 wings. It was that bad.
That's too bad. That's a waste there. So, what are your thoughts on trying this now?
I mean, I'm kind of nervous. I'm kind of shaking
Yeah.
over here. A little timid.
All right, well, let's see what happens.
But I can't back down from the challenge.
That's right. That's right.
Especially with just challenges.
And then you got a chip for later.
Oh man, I forgot about the chip.
Oh man.
So, the garlic parmesan. Mm-hmm. See, have you started eating these yet?
No, I had to eat a piece of celery. All white meat, nice and crunchy on the outside, well coated in Parmesan and garlic, and then it's floating in this buttery sauce down in the bottom. So you got to sop it up a little bit with the chicken, and it's really, really good.
So here's mine. It's the 12-piece traditional suicide wing, and look at them just smothered in sauce.
And there is the Caribbean jerk.
Oh, look at the Caribbean jerk. I thought that was going to be a dry rub, but that
me
actually
too.
looks pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Thank you.
Nice.
And then there they are, the Homicide. So what say you, Will? You going to...
Can I get some? Let me get some water to drink first. Oh my god.
All right, so you refilled the drink.
Took a big bite too.
Now notice this look. This is a look of satisfaction mixed with amazement.
That's so good.
That's
That's
it.
The flavor, but the heat creeps up on you.
Nah, it doesn't really creep up on you. I mean, they're not the hottest wings, but they're up there. Like this place, a lot of wing places you go to and they'll say they have hot wings, and they're not even hot. But these ones, they're actually legit. Like, they're hot.
Yeah, they're legit.
So is it creeping up on you? Is it as bad as that guy said? Like,
Yeah. It's hot initially, but it's not. I was starting to sweat.
And that's just the first one.
well, I'm gonna go ahead and
These are like definitely the best wings I've ever had.
try one of these. Look at that, just smothered in sauce there.
Wait just 3 bites.
That's some good chicken.
So it definitely is hot, but it's not nothing I can't do with. I'm not really eat 4. I'm on my 5th one.
Yeah, he's trying to eat them as fast as he can to get it over with.
Yeah.
That was a good idea getting those ones for second, though.
It was. That way, in case he didn't like the one.
Well, I can't say I've seen this reaction before.
It's like the more I wait, the more it kicks in.
And how are you doing? You always turn a little bit red and start sweating here.
Pretty good, pretty good.
And that's the second hottest.
I'm only on my second one, though. So we're up here in Unionville, Virginia. This is a location that we've been to a couple times before, where there seems to be a little girl that comes out of the woods. She's been seen by several of the children that stay here, and the residents have seen her. Something's been coming in the house lately, though. There's been some anomalies that have been seen on their surveillance cameras. Something playing with the washer and dryer buttons.
Yes.
Hear them beeping when they're outside there. And a few random cold spots that seem to manifest.
Yeah, and they talked about the last time we were here, they have a wall that has a bunch of pictures on it, family photos. And the pictures they'll straighten them out and then they'll end up cockeyed. And they come back a few days later and they'll straighten them out, they'll be cockeyed again. And they said that's still occurring as well inside the house. But he did describe what he said was more like shadows now that he sees. Not just a little girl anymore, but obviously there's something else out here as well. So kind of interesting because now there's not so many kids in the house and they haven't had a lot of kids in the house lately. But yet whatever this is, it seems like it's more active lately, that the kids aren't here.
That's right. So we're going to be checking out the house, checking out the woods, and seeing what we can find.
It'll turn on by itself and start recording.
Okay, so we're going to start out by taking the Etch-a-Sketch. And I'm going to put this up here. And like I said, this is something I haven't given up on yet, even though we haven't gotten many results with it, or any, I should say. But if something is messing with the washer and dryer, perhaps it could mess with this. And I'll kind of just demonstrate how it works. So if there is anybody watching, they can kind of see how this can just kind of make designs, right? Like this. Any way you turn these wheels, the thing goes. So I'll go ahead and shake that. And there it is. We got an empty screen on there. So this is interesting. I just walked out of here and this thing came on. No, like I was out here when it beeped, right? Yeah. No, I didn't.
I was in there talking.
Yeah, and then I came out. I was like right about here when it beeped, I would say.
Yes.
All right.
I thought I heard someone talking in there.
Can you push that button again for us?
That's kind of what I thought they were talking about.
I'll stand out here maybe a little bit. Can you turn that back off? We don't want to leave it on.
Maybe it doesn't know how to turn it off.
Can you do what you just did to make that beep?
Ask them if they can make the washing machine come on.
Can you turn on the one over here? This one? Can you make that one beep? Anything on the Etch-a-Sketch? No. That was interesting.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to do with me setting this down that messes with that. Like, you literally have to push the buttons.
Yeah, I've never heard
It's
of.
not a light there, Jeff, if you have to.
Well, that's all right.
I've never heard of a self-turning on dryer and washing machine.
So actually, if you turn it
Especially
off,
not random.
it goes off. As long as you don't hit the start button, it won't turn the dryer on. But any of the buttons,
But you have to press hard in order for it.
and,
Yep, and you can hear the pretty
but
solid click.
it takes some effort to turn that on. But it's off now.
That's pretty neat.
Oh,
There it is.
Snap.
Maybe we'll play a little game here.
Your turn.
Your turn.
Your turn.
Can you do that again? Make it light up again?
Can you do that one more time for us?
So with the fidget spinner, what we did is we kind of traced it
We were talking about this,
So you can see if it moves at all, if it moves out of place, if anything moves it. And it's very light to touch this. That's what I like about it. Just the slightest thing will make it move.
Okay, so another thing we're going to do is we're going to put this motion light right up here. And let me actually put it down here maybe. And then if something comes past it to manipulate these buttons, it'll activate it.
Should we put it closer to this one? Being that it's not going to that one?
It'll reach. The sensor will reach probably about to where you are there.
Okay.
The other side of it.
You want to test it?
Yeah, let it go off and then we'll see how it works. Let's test it. So you can see, yeah, as soon as a shadow comes into this room, it'll pick it up.
But most of the time they're pretty enough to
So
call.
keep an eye out for that.
The way this whole thing was carried
So
out
Will's trying
makes
out
me
the
very
aura
nervous.
glasses
You
here.
know, I
What do you
feel
think,
like
Will?
it
Take a
was
little walk
rushed.
around.
It was way
See, you
too
see anything
rushed.
crazy?
The thing is with that, it's
Did you set that off?
No, there's no way.
We couldn't have set that off from out here, could we?
No, I had to step in there in order to set it off.
Are you sure?
Not 100%. Let's let it
We'll
go
test
off
it,
and then we'll
yeah.
test it again.
Yeah,
So see
it
where
takes a
Will is
minute.
right here.
It takes a minute to
And
go
then
off.
we'll let it go off.
And it does actually detect a pretty good ways away from the light.
So what am I looking for in these? Like an outline or something?
Well, if you put your hand out, for example, like if you stand here, let's see where there's like a white wall. Kind of put your hand out towards this wall right here like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then do you see kind of like an outer glow around your hand?
Or you have to get it now, it's definitely have to
I mean,
get it,
no.
or it has to be,
Try waving it like back and forth. Do you see like an outer glow?
sign off. I'm like, really?
I get.
Then just let
I
it
guess. I mean, I don't know. This is like I'm wearing sunglasses.
There's something very political and something underlying about all of this.
Nah, I don't see the glow, man.
You don't see it.
Nah, dude, I swear I just saw somebody in there.
Where, in here?
Shower, yeah.
Oh, it's off. Let's test it. So,
Okay. So
yeah, right here we'll set it off. Okay.
Maybe we should put it a little bit closer to where it's actually gonna be at, because if not, we're just keep setting it off.
Yeah, unless at least we
Okay, maybe we put it right here, facing that way. 'Cause we're just
yeah,
gonna walk through
that's
here.
probably a good idea. We'll set it down here facing that way. Yep, I think that's a good idea. In fact, we'll even kind of put it out this way a little bit here. So it's kind of angled in a little bit. So what are your thoughts on the aura glasses?
It's a good sunglasses. I really can't tell though. Like I'm looking at my hand, and it looks like how it normally looks.
Yeah.
Just dark.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of what it is.
We had scheduled
I mean,
maybe about a month.
I thought I saw an outer glow around my hand.
And by the time we got closer to the time,
But
she said,
it might have been like the wall was whiter than my hand, and you know how it darkens your hand like that, so the wall looks extra bright. It might have been like that.
What are the what does it do for spirits?
"You don't understand." She said, "I got the vaccine."
Well, allegedly,
She said, after she
spirits
got
will
the
still go off an aura.
vaccine, her health
Oh,
just
okay.
So if you,
now
well, like I said, this is just theory. You know, if people give off an aura when they die, their spirits still supposedly give it off. So if there's a spirit moving around that can't be seen, perhaps the aura can be detected. But the thing is that kind of gets me with those glasses. You don't really see the. What I thought was like that white outline around my hand. It could have very well been, like I said, just because the wall's brighter than your hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like UV dye that's in there. Some color exciting chemicals, so it's kind of making that, because it says specifically that you got to put your hand in front of a white wall. If I'm seeing my aura, you'd think I'd be able to put my hand anywhere
Yeah.
and see it. You
I
know?
think it's some scam from Zach Bagans and his crew. No, I'm supposed to. That's gonna sue me.
So when I walk around with these aura glasses on here, see what I see. And I look at my hand like, I don't know. Maybe it is an illusion.
How much did you pay for it?
They were free.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they sent them to us to experiment with them.
Tell them to eat the make some better ones.
I do like the UV part of it though, because it does have like a UV tint to it.
Yeah.
And I do think those light specters might do something, but like I said, as far as seeing auras, I can see like an outer glow kind of around my hand, but it could very well be the play of light.
When you stare at it so long, it kind of makes you believe you're seeing something too as well.
Right.
Almost mind thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
She doesn't know how to sign her name.
Keep it.
How are they gonna send checks?
Keep it up
Or
like this.
any kind of signature, how they can do it? All they do is make, print.
Keep it like that. Because they won't be able, we'll be old, we'll write each other notes in cursive, they won't understand what we're saying.
Well, part of the thing that bothers me too about that is so much in history, so many documents.
Will?
I'm Jeff.
And we just wanted to talk to you and find out who you are and why you're here. Can you try telling us your name?
Now those orbs that we're seeing going by, I just want to point out that I'm looking around the front of the camera, and in the light, I wish we could see a picture of this. You can see the actual little tiny dust particles that are floating. And anytime you go through a room in any house, regardless of whether it's a brand new, perfectly clean house or an old house, there's going to be little dust particles in the air. And with the light on these smaller cameras now, especially the iPhones, how close they are to the lens, it plays a role in illuminating that dust as orbs, or if I use an external light and hold it out to the side, you won't see them nearly as much. So just note we're actually looking at dust there.
We had this thing on the bed. I'm exactly sure what you want to call that, but see the way this works, if you come up and you touch it, see it kind of conducts the energy. It goes, all those little lines, those dancing lines will go up to your hand. And see if I put my hand all the way across it, most of them will disappear except for a couple big ones. Do you want to try that? See if you can do it? It won't hurt you at all. All you have to do is touch the glass ball on the top.
Like an unusual sound.
It does have a bit of an unusual sound, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Go on. It's almost more staticky than usual. Do you like messing with the washer and dryer? All those buttons and lights? Do you see the purple balloon that's on the ceiling up there? Can you touch that and move it?
Ooh, that was an interesting voice, wasn't it?
It sounded like a woman too.
Yeah. Did you hear it?
I didn't hear what it said. Did you
No,
make it
but
out?
it sounded like a faint female voice.
Yeah.
At first there was no radio chatter at all. Then all of a sudden it's like small bits and pieces come through.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, all the little things coming through here. but we are out in Unionville, so we're kind of in an area where there won't be a whole lot of radio stations at all. And the radio stations that do come through are going to be kind of distant sounding, I'm sure.
So we wrapped up the spirit box session, EVP session, in the first bedroom. Ran it for quite some time. And a few possible results that came through. Some interesting things that came through.
Right.
We'll see what we got on that.
I'm thinking that's the wife. Talking to the dogs.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, that's a dog.
Okay. All right. Let's continue then.
Acclimating? Low battery?
It was just fine in the hallway.
I know. Is that you? Can you make it stop? Go. Maybe go touch it again. Just to kind of...
Maybe you did drop.
The static ball's not doing it, is it? I'll be damned.
Look at that. Another thing that will set off the REM pod is a static ball.
I'll be darned. That is crazy. Wow.
So you can see it'd be like here like this and just have the static ball. Like, if there's anybody here with us, make that light up. Thank you. Is your name John? Would you like Will to leave?
I wonder how much it is in 1 acre. How big is 1 acre too?
All right, walking into the woods.
1 acre is not a huge amount.
Going through the briars, and we're going through the brambles. Down to a place where a rabbit wouldn't go.
Johnny Horton.
Yeah, that's right.
Find a stick here so I can swat some of these spider webs. There's nothing like walking through them in the
You have snakes out here?
we got everything out here.
You gotta watch out for the danger noodles.
Haven't seen any copperheads. I've got a lot of black racers out here.
Oh, I don't like
They're
those.
non-poisonous.
Yeah, but they chase you.
Oh, jeez.
The black racers?
Yeah.
What do you mean they chase you? Like they come after you?
Yeah, they'll like, if you start to run, they'll chase you.
So, Will, if you see a black racer, just stand still.
Yeah, but snakes are
And you'll be
fast.
all right.
You can't outrun those things out here.
Look, if I see a black racer, I'm not gonna be the slowest one, that's for sure. Let me ask you, did the activity kick up after the storm came through?
A little bit. It was more before the storm. That one really bad storm that came through the area about 1 or 2 in the morning. A little bit before that it picked up, and then it was a little bit after the storm.
Okay, so we're out here at one of the furthermost corners of the property. And we'd like to know, is there a reason that you're out here? Is there something that we can help you with? The reason we have this thing with the red light on it is so you can touch it and it'll turn green, it'll beep, and you can use that to talk to us maybe. If you decide to try it, you can. We thought there were some people out here that might need help. Someone in the house told us. And we came out here to see who it is and see what we can do to help you.
it on my ass?
No, I don't think so. I don't see anything on you. You must have gotten it off. Do you know somebody by the last name Harrison? Or I guess it could be a first name.
We do have some dogs in the background.
This actually isn't that bad. I would camp out here.
Yeah, it's quiet. It's not creepy woods.
Nah, we had much worse.
Yeah.
So it seems a little quieter out here than it was in the house. And while we were out here, the dryer was activated. The motion light went off inside the house. So we're wandering up from the corner of the property. This is the area where there's an old tree stand. And we're going to go up by the well and see what we can get up that way. There were some indicators. We did a spirit box session in the living room. And there were some words that came through that were like outside, or was it outside? It was something in reference to like we were asking about going outside. And someone said something to the effect of help them. And we were talking about the people that are buried in the graveyard, because there's a graveyard on the land, a family plot. And a voice came through and said alive when Linda asked if they knew anybody that was buried there. So we're wondering if that perhaps meant that this person was trying to tell us, hey, they're not dead, they're alive. I don't know. A lot to piece together here. But we're wandering up towards the well, which is a pretty cool old well.
This is a well?
Yep.
Yep, goes down about 70 feet, old hand dug, it's got the stone walls all the way,
Yeah.
all the way down.
How did they get out of there back then? I know they didn't have no cranes and stuff like we do.
I know. I don't know how they would have built something like that. I mean, the workmanship is just amazing when you look at those stone walls.
So we got the REM pod set up here on the well. Okay.
On the trip over something.
All right. Want to start the spirit box there? Maybe hand Will the recorder there if you would.
Yeah, if you want to just hold that.
Oh,
Well, yeah. Hold on. Put this in my other hand here. Okay.
Okay, so we came out here to the well. And in the house, we thought somebody said that someone might need help out here. Could be wrong. Is there anybody here that we can help? Is there anybody here that needs something? Is there anybody down inside the well? Somebody fall down there?
You heard that?
Yeah.
What was it?
Sounded like almost like a door closing.
Yeah.
A what?
Like a door. It sounded like a door closing, or like a very heavy, like, foot stomping down.
neighbors back there?
It was this way to the left.
Is that you that made that noise? If so, can you do it again?
What year was it the last time you got water from this well? So, Will, what happened here? If you would kind of show us.
Came in here and this was on the Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. So, and this was on here when you came in.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting. This motion light that we have here, while we were outside, that did go off. Apparently, the dryer came on. And
This isn't one of those things that you can just draw. I've been in here for a minute. At least like a good 1 minute. All I did was just came in here and looked. Yeah, so you gotta like.
yeah.
I'm trying to like recreate what they made.
So perhaps the Etch-a-Sketch was a good idea, huh? Maybe we should.
Yeah, but I wonder, like, did anybody like bump into it maybe?
Can you bump into it and cause that to happen? I mean, give it a try. Try like moving it and seeing if that does anything to it.
When you came in here, did you like reach across the dryer?
I didn't even touch the door. I wouldn't even
Oh.
go in there.
Oh,
I was
okay.
over here in the kitchen.
See, even if you did though, like
There's a light bulb on.
That thing, yeah, you really
this,
have to work it.
yeah,
It beeps 7 times.
You have to physically touch it.
yeah, it's not just gonna go by itself, and it's got a good bit of a, it's got a good little like turn to it here. Like it's not just like, it doesn't go easy. You got to really know you're turning that thing. You
See, I
know?
would have had to come in here and literally like mess with it, but you were right behind me though.
But I heard it beep 7
Yeah, I did come in here pretty quick. I wasn't sure Will wasn't messing with me at first, I gotta say here. But after he started questioning everybody if they touched it or not, I figured he might be telling the truth.
That's like, it would be nice to get stuff like that on camera, like just to see the dials turn and
Yeah, maybe we should have a camera on it.
But I don't know, you never catch stuff like that when you put up the camera.
That's the thing, like I think I've once caught something on a surveillance camera, you know?
Maybe we should just
Maybe
while
more than that.
While we do the bedroom, let's shake it up. I guess while we do the master bedroom. Damn, this was kind of hard to clear.
Yeah, there we go.
Maybe like that.
Yeah, it looked like that.
So we're here at the Sheets. Pretty cool investigation tonight.
Yes, it was.
Some possible responses, and since we didn't do a case files of this one, we'll probably go over the audio and maybe do a future video with some of the evidence from this weekend.
Yeah.
Right? The Etch-a-Sketch was interesting. Either a ghost wrote on it or Will did, but one way or another, there was some writing on that Etch-a-Sketch. Now it's time, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. Will is going to try the one chip challenge. So, as we're opening this, let's take a good look at it. Okay, first there's what to expect, and I can attest that this actually happens. No joke. It says, you versus the Reaper. You're a mere mortal who thinks they have what it takes. The Reaper is one otherworldly demon fueled by the hottest peppers known to man. It says what to expect. Made with Carolina Reaper pepper. Blah, blah, blah. Round one, a spicy punch. Round 2, a scorpion sting. Round 3, vision
disruptor. Round 4 is the gut slash, and round 5 is roasted. This does happen now. If you actually wait the full time, you will experience these things. And Linda, if you could kind of unravel this here, let's take a look at it. Okay. Now, hold on. Here's the rules for the challenge first, right? So this is what Will gets to hang up in his bedroom if he wins, right? Let's look at the back of it there. Okay. So it has, if you last 5 minutes, powerless, right? 10 minutes, you're powerful. 30 minutes, supercharged. And 1 hour, you are invincible. Now, what that means, how long can you last before getting owned without eating or drinking anything? All right?
Oh, shit.
Now, I gotta say, I made it the hour. All right, once you get past the first 30 minutes, it's not
30
it's,
minutes.
it's downhill from there. But in this 30 minutes, you feel these
30
things.
minutes.
And here it says, look at this. It says,
He's already going.
Oh!
He's already.
Oh, what happened?
Oh.
No, come on, where are you going? No, hold on. Leave the water. You gotta feel it. You gotta experience it. Get the
Tastes like
experience.
shit.
I know.
Just chew it and swallow it real quick, and then it'll be over. And then one more. You got it. You got it. Come on, at least go the 10 minutes.
Oh my god.
What time are we at
Is
right
it?
now? Check your time.
Yeah, you look wretched.
Oh, come on.
I can't do it.
So Will, describe what you're feeling right now. What are you feeling right now?
Like my lips are gonna fall off. My tongue.
Is it worse than the little piece?
It's not the spiciness, it's the taste. It tastes like shit. Like dog food.
Does it? Oh, oh that's so gross.
My tongue really hurts though.
What's that?
His tongue really hurts though.
Did you swallow any of it?
I'll never listen to you.
Yep.
My tongue hurts so bad, man.
Did you swallow any of it? You
But
didn't
all the sauce came off and the seasoning came off and went down my throat.
Oh. That's gotta be hot.
We still got one more.
No, I'm not doing that. Hell no. After seeing one or two people do it, no.
It literally hurts.
And that's what everybody says. Everybody says, "Oh, it tastes like crap."
It does have a pretty bad flavor to it.
Yeah, I remember.
It does
you
taste
saying
pretty
that.
bad.
Yeah. I guess.
But the burn, it doesn't quite go away for some time.
What about that's like some ice or something?
You might want to get some milk.
It really hurts, dude.
Hey, careful now, you don't want to catch those gas on fire. Whew.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. He's letting his mouth hang open.
So what's the worst part right now?
My tongue, man. It's like sharp pains. That shit hurts.
Yeah, and like all these things that describes, you really feel them. Like when I ate it, right? Probably about, I don't remember how far it was after because it was the beginning of last month. You can literally feel like your whole tongue feels like a bunch of bees stinging your tongue.
Oh, God.
And this is some time after you eat it, so you might not have quite got to that point yet. And maybe, you know...
Bees stinging your tongue. That's...
Yeah, it feels like a bunch of bees stinging your tongue. But then you get that kick to the gut. It's literally like a sharp pain, like, ugh. And the last thing you want to do is go to the bathroom.
But
Hey, I got one more. Would you eat it for $20, but you got to swallow it? So there you have it. Well, what do you say, man? What do you think?
never again, dude. I'm good on the tacky chips.
That was pretty bad, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Quite possibly the hottest thing you've ever had, would you say? Or?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Never
I
again.
have to agree. It was pretty rough.
Yeah.
So we stopped here at another Sheetz at Lee. And one thing I'd like to highlight that Sheetz has is these sea salt caramel almonds. And these are hot. They're actually like under a fry light when you go in there. And I've had them a few times. They're pretty good. I like to get them. But also, I got to show that Sheetz now has the 2021 limited edition mystery flavor voodoo. And let's take a look at this label here, how cool it is. You see the spider web up in the top and the voodoo guy right there, the Reaper. And it says mystery flavor at the top, kind of written in creepy writing. 2021, and a haunted house in the background, at least one that I'm assuming is haunted, with the jack-o'-lantern on the front lawn, which is, I think, pretty cool. I'm going to try this out and see what the mystery flavor tastes like for 2021. Always an exciting time. So we're about probably an hour out at this point. And this is how these weekends go. We start out on a Friday night with an investigation. You know, in the wee hours of Sunday morning, we're wrapping it up. If we knew it was going to be this late, we probably could have camped or done something.
Yeah,
you know what
we
I mean?
probably could have.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
But looking forward to the next one because
Yes.
hopefully it'll be. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And we have one chip left, and somebody is going to try that chip. Hopefully, it's either going to be David or other Will. Comment.
Maybe just some random person off the street. Like maybe we could stop and like, hey, you want to try real hot chips?
We get sued.
Here's to the homeless guy.
Are you hungry?
I don't know if we could do that.
No, they would have to consent to it. I mean, you got to tell them it's hot, you know.
Yeah.
And if they consent to it, then yeah, that's on them.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, well, comment below. Who do you want to see try the chip? Linda, David, other Will, or a homeless guy?
That's kind of evil.
Yeah, and keep in mind that was Will's idea, not mine. So direct all the bad comments to Will.
But we did almost die on the way down here. An 18-wheeler pulled up next to us on the interstate, and I guess the tires started coming apart, and I guess sparks were flying, and Jeff had to slow way down, and pieces of it were coming off and flying out into our lane, and Jeff is like, you know, dodging them.
Yeah.
In the Bronco.
But once again, as always, we've made it to the safety of the warm glow of his sheets, that
Yep.
beacon in the night,
Yeah.
right? And got some snacks for the rest of the trip here.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you all for joining us. Until next time, remember,
Trump 2024.
That was unexpected.
can't follow that up. Good night.